go on. Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing this video today because I have been asked by the kind DisneyDVlogs, in other words Dave, to do 30 questions and then answer 30 answers about myself. It's the questions that I have asked him, and then after that is going to be me answering the same questions in return. So let's begin, shall we? Okay, so question 1. Oh, that's a bit close. There we go. Question 1. How old are you? I'm 24. Going on 25 pretty soon, but I still act like a 10-year-old, so I would say I'm like a 15-year-old. So I'm kind of in the middle. And then number 2 is, do you have any tattoos? If so, how many? Yes, I have tattoos, as you can see. I usually lose count on how many I've got. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 tattoos. Yeah, 13 tattoos, and it's not over yet. I'm going to be adding more because I do get quite addicted to them. And yeah, maybe one day I'll show them, maybe not, but 13 at the moment. Number 3, what was your favourite subject in school? My favourite subject was art. I've always just been interested in art. That could be like textile art, it could be just like normal like art, like drawing, painting, but anything with being creative, that was like the thing that I was mostly fascinated in at school. So I ended up doing GCSEs in it, and I did first want to become a tattooist, but I didn't think my work was good enough, so I just do like artwork as a hobby now. And yeah, art was one of my favourite subjects, and then like the second to that was English, and then history. Number 4, what Disney character do you think you relate to the most? When I was given these questions to Dave, I thought it would be quite easy, but it really isn't. Who I relate to? I want to say with like the sarcasm and that, I want to say Meg from Hercules, but at the same time I would say Winnie the Pooh, because I like food, so does Winnie the Pooh, so I would say Winnie the Pooh as well, so it's like a mixture of both. Number 5, if you could travel back in time, what era would you go back to? So I've got 2 kind of similar eras, but not similar, and they're not actually that far in the past. So the first one would be, I would say like the 40s, 50s, but obviously minus the racism and you know. And then the next one would be the 70s, like late 70s, 80s, obviously, because I absolutely love 70s and 80s music. Like Queen's one of my favourite bands, like Guns N' Roses, and you know, it's when most of the good music was out, and it means that I could have gone and seen Queen live. And yeah, it's just like some really cool stuff happened then. And it would have been awesome to experience it. So and with the 40s, 50s, I think I'd like to go back then, because that's when like the era that my grandparents met, and I also just love the fashion and the music, and being around when like Elvis was around and stuff. That would have been cool as well. And yeah, so 40s, 50s, and then 70s, 80s. I can't really choose because they're both like my favourite eras. Number 6, Jason, Michael or Freddie? they're all unique. But I think Freddie, I'd have to say Freddie, because of just the way that he is as a character and how he goes after people and he kills them. It's very creative compared to like the average serial killer type of thing. So yeah, I would say Freddie. Number 7, what would you like to be remembered for? Being a good person, a person that tries their hardest, and a person that makes everyone else happy, and just having a good impression on everybody, and just being a person that was able to help when they could, and a person that tried their hardest even when things were going wrong for them. That kind of went depressing, but yeah. Do you like the, number 8, do you like the Back to the Future trilogy? If so, which movie is your favourite? Yes. I had like, when I first watched it, I had like a massive crush on Marty McFly. Because yeah, and I still kind of have like a crush on Michael J. Fox, but you know. Oh Maya. Okay. But yeah, I think each of the movies like were completely different with like the theming, but I would say number 1 was like my favourite, because obviously it built up the story and like you learned who the characters were in that, so I would say number 1 was my favourite. Number 9, what was the first Disney movie you remember watching? The first Disney movie I remember watching was actually Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And the reason for that is my granddad basically introduced me to Disney. He introduced me to quite a lot of films, and with Snow White, it was his favourite film, and he wanted to pass on his love for the movie on to me. So that was like one of the first ones I remember watching on a VHS around his and my nana's, and it's become like a place in my heart for it, because obviously it's something that he enjoyed watching, and it was something that we shared in common because it was all Disney. And from then on out, it was what created my passion for Disney. And I think like the second movie that I remember watching was Pinocchio, because that was another one of his favourites as a child, and then it just continued on. And then it just continued on from there to the most recent one. So number 10 is, do you play video games? Yes. I absolutely love playing video games. In fact, I do have, I don't know if you can, an Assassin's Creed tattoo. I like them. I like the franchise of Assassin's Creed. Same with Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, apart from the new ones. And my most recent obsession has been God of War, the most up-to-date one. That's like become one of my favourite ones as well. But I go through like phases of like playing video games non-stop to then not being bothered for a little while until something catches my eye to play again. So yes, I do. I play my PlayStation quite often when I get a chance to. Number 11, favourite holiday, Halloween or Christmas? Halloween, without a doubt. Ever since I lost my grandparents, it hasn't really been a big thing for us at Christmas, because it's supposed to be a time to spend with your family, and when most of your family isn't around, there isn't really anything to celebrate. I like the decorations, I like the theming, I like all of that, but I'd prefer Halloween over Christmas. Number 12, what Disney resort would you love to stay in? I have 2, and that is Animal Kingdom Lodge and Fort Wilderness, the cabins. They're the 2 that I would pick through if I was able to go to them, although they're very expensive, so maybe in the future, but who knows. Okay, so the next question is number 13. favourite thing to do besides YouTube, I would say probably spending time with my pugs. You can probably hear the snoring, that's one of them. That's Maya. And just doing arty stuff, and I'm not going to sound like an old lady, but knitting. I like knitting, I like making blankets and stuff. And yeah, I just like doing arts and crafts, so that's like one of the main things that I do in my spare time. Number 14, favourite Disney snack. It's like between, I would say, the Mickey ice cream bars or just churros, but you can't really class churros as being a Disney snack because they're like a thing you can really get anywhere, so I'd definitely say the Mickey ice cream bars for sure. Number 15, is there any ride you dislike in Disney? Yes, 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 yes. Tower of Terror. I've been on it twice or even 3 times, and every single time I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack because I have nightmares all the time ever since I was little that I'm gonna be in a lift and I'm gonna end up like the cable snapping, although it can't really do that anymore, and plummeting to my death. And when I went first on this ride, I honestly thought I was gonna cry afterwards. My heart was going so fast. I swore I was never gonna go on it again, but then I got dragged on it again. I had my eyes closed, I was shaking, holding on for dear life, and yeah, if Hollywood Studios went up in flames, that would be the ride that I would pray got burnt to the ground. Number 16, if you could live anywhere in the world apart from the UK, where would you live? I think that answer's a bit obvious with me. I'd love to go and live in Orlando. But it's difficult for me because I take medication and I know how expensive medication can be in different countries. So it's kind of a godsend living in the UK at the moment with free medicine on the NHS, especially with my epilepsy and that. So yeah, Orlando for sure. Number 17, do you have any New Year's resolutions? No. Because I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, because most of them are like, I want to lose weight, I want to be focusing on myself, I want to be a better person. Look, you can do that any time of the year. Why wait until New Year? Do it as soon as you want to be doing it, and not waiting until a new year starts. I just don't believe in New Year's resolutions, never have, never will. So I guess my New Year's resolution is to continue not caring about other people's opinions on New Year's resolutions. And if they think I should be doing them, then nah, it's not gonna happen. Number 18, would you do a meetup with other YouTubers and subscribers? Yes. Although I am very awkward. I'm like so socially awkward, it's ridiculous. It'd be great to meet other people, like other creators, subscribers. It'd just be awesome in a whole, just to get to know the people that are behind the screen watching my work and the work that they do that I'm watching. It'd be just nice to get to know the actual person that's put the time and the effort into doing what they do. So yeah, definitely, it would be great to do it sometime in the future. Number 19, would you go on a Disney cruise? Yes. I've been watching Gary C and Adam Hatton on their most recent cruise that they've done in January, and it's kind of motivated me to want to go on it even more. I saw when Tim Tracker and Jen Tracker went on it, And that also was like persuading me, but as soon as I saw like Adam and Gary doing it, I was just like, wow, this is definitely something I could be doing, especially with all like the perks that you have involved in it with the price and everything. But I think if I'd done it, I would also include like a trip to Walt Disney World at the same time, so then it isn't going away for like 4 days then coming back to the UK. So yeah, I would definitely do a cruise in the future. 20. What keeps you motivated with your channel? Constant support by everybody, people being accepting, people being understanding that I'm not as confident as I want to be yet, but are still understanding and supportive of what I am doing with my content, on how I am, how I'm acting, how I talk, just with everything. The support is just amazing, and it's just motivating me to do more stuff in the future. I've got so much stuff planned that I just want to be showing it to the people that are actually showing interest in me and like sharing my experiences with them. So if you're watching and you are subscribed, or you've liked my videos or commented on any of my videos, thank you, because you are the reason that I am so motivated to carry on with doing my channel every single day. 21. Would you like to do a Route 66 road trip? Yes, because I have seen Jacob the Carpetbagger do it, I've seen Adam the Woo do it, I've seen Justin Scard do it, and on all their road trips they have shown so many different things that you can find in America along Route 66, and I want to be finding them things too. I want to be exploring, I want to be going to like off-road, like off-side attractions and everything. I want to be doing all of it. So if there is an opportunity to do it, I'm going to be doing it. 22. Favourite season of the year? Autumn. The colours are just so pretty, and I like just stepping in the leaves when they're on the floor and just crunching them all. But then it turns to winter and I don't like it. So I'm enjoying it for like a small second, and then winter comes along and just destroys it for me. So yeah, autumn. 23. Favourite Disney villain? Hades. Sassy, just hilarious, and he has an attitude on him. He's just amazing. So Hades, definitely. Number 24. What is your biggest fear? I'm not too sure, because I want to say like something cliche like Dave said, like death, but I'm not scared of death. Death doesn't scare me because I've seen death face to face. I've watched a lot of videos regarding death and like the dying process, and how I would want my body to be gotten rid of and stuff, and it's kind of given me like an ease of mind and like what happens when I pass away and stuff. Like obviously it's something that you don't really want to happen, but I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, because there's like small things like heights scare me and elevators for certain, but I think the thing that scares me the most is that I'll just be forgotten, and that's what's scaring me the most, is that I'm just going to be forgotten and be made into a nobody when I'm trying my hardest to be a somebody and make an impact on somebody's life. So yeah, I think that's like the biggest fear I've got, is just being a nobody and not doing what I was intending and doing in my life. So yeah, I think it's just being a nobody. 25. Biggest accomplishment in life so far? this is probably going to sound like bragging, but helping my mum keep a roof over our heads, like helping her remortgage the house and just helping her get back on her feet after her and my dad's like split up and everything, because it was all just left down to us to sort out. And yeah, just trying my hardest with just helping her and my brother, who is autistic. He's like, I care for him, I'm his carer, so, and this accomplishment, like being able to get him diagnosed as well, and that was all through just by being there for them with assessments and stuff, being able to find answers. And yeah, it's just, I think my biggest accomplishment in life so far is literally helping my mum and my brother, because we would be homeless if I didn't do the research that we needed to do and sort out finances when we needed to sort them out, because everything we wouldn't have at the moment. And I think that is an accomplishment in itself, especially with how young I am. I know that sounds like I'm bragging, but I'm really not. It's just, you don't really expect somebody from a young age, because this started like 2 or 3 years ago, having to learn about mortgages and finances and like rights and everything in certain things. But yeah, I think just basically helping keep a roof over everybody's heads and just looking after my mum and my brother when they've needed it the most. 26. Did you ever think you would be a YouTuber? No. The reason why is because I am awkward, and I never thought I'd be sitting and talking to the camera. I've always wanted to do it. I've been wanting to do it for years upon years. When I first started watching PewDiePie, when he first started doing his videos, I wanted to have the courage of what he done, but I never got around to doing it because I was just too self-conscious. But now I'm just like, you know what, I don't care what people think. I'm doing this for me, I'm doing it for the people that enjoy watching it, and I'm happy that I have continued with content instead of just doing one video, not being too sure about it, and then forgetting about my channel and then regretting not continuing what I was doing. So did I ever think I was going to become one? No. Am I glad I became one? Yes. 27. Do you prefer seeing the sunrise or the sunset? Sunrise, because I love hearing the morning chorus with the birds outside and just seeing the way that the sun comes up, the colours, and just you hear all the animals just waking up and everything. And I just think it's just a magical moment, because it's usually before everybody else is awake around you, so it's just pure silent and all you hear is just the birds singing. And I try and keep awake until like 6 o'clock in the morning, because my sleep pattern's all over the place at the moment. I try and keep awake just so I can hear the morning chorus and see the sunrise. 28. Favourite pizza toppings? This is going to be a bit of a controversial thing, because Dave said you should have never put pineapple on pizzas. Newsflash, Dave. I love pineapple on pizzas. There is nothing wrong with it. The thing that is wrong with being on pizzas is anchovies. No. And mushrooms. No. Everything else I'm fine with. Just not anchovies and mushrooms, because mushrooms are disgusting and anchovies are just... why do it? 29. Favourite ice cream flavour? Mint chocolate chip. And then finally, number 30. If there was one thing you could say to Walt Disney, what would you say and why? Just thank you. Thank you for having such a great imagination, being such a creative person, making a community where people can come together to share their love for animation and forever being a child at heart, even when they grow old. I I think the reason for me saying that is because I don't think he never really understood how much people genuinely loved his ideas and his creativity, and even when he had doubters, people still believed in him. And I think he should have been reminded that more than he ever did. Like, if he saw the community of Disney now, I think it would be a sense of pride for him, and be happy to know that everyone is just this big community, and that because of him everything has changed like immensely in like the film industry. It's just, yeah, so I'll just say thank you so much for everything you've done. You're an inspiration to many artists, many upcoming artists and filmmakers and animators and everything, and just thank you for creating such an amazing company and community. So yeah.
My camera actually cut out on the last bit that I was going to be doing an outro, so I just wanted to say a quick thank you to DisneyDVlogs for letting me be a part of this awesome series that he's doing. I'll be linking his channel below in my description, and all the details on my Instagram, his Instagram. And yeah, if there's any questions you want to ask me, just comment them down below. If you want to contact me on Instagram, my Instagram will be down below as well. But thank you so much for watching, it really means a lot.